In this video, we are going to be working on providing this Redcat Everest 10 with some better steering. Welcome everyone, my name is Troy, this is Roadside RC. If you're new to the channel, what you'll tend to find here is me bashing and crawling and drifting and racing, plus product review videos and how-tos. We've been recently doing a whole bunch of videos and work on this Redcat Everest 10. One of the things I've noticed is that the steering is weak, both from a power of the servo standpoint, but also just the total angle here is not great, if we're honest. And so we're going to do a couple of small things today in order to really improve this. First is upgrading these servos to some ZOSKAY 25 kg servos. This vehicle is equipped with four-wheel steering, so we're going to be doing it to the front and the rear of the vehicle. And then we're going to be using the handy-dandy rotary tool grinder to clearance the steering in order to allow us to get some extra steering total throw out of it. This is going to be a big help for this truck because as of right now, even with the rear steer, it doesn't turn that sharply. We have to show and actually be able to measure how much improvement we've made. So before we do anything, we're gonna set a couple baselines. So here with the truck lined up against here, full hard right. How far does it take? It's about a bus length to turn all the way around. There we go, all the way around. Oh my gosh, that is a very embarrassing length right there. I'm gonna mark it here with the tape. Stock, front wheels turning only. All right, same thing again, except we're gonna actually use the four-wheel steering. Oh my, that is I'd say easily half the distance. Wow. As we mod these axles, what we're going to be doing is right down here on this knuckle, there is this protrusion that sticks out. As you turn the axle, it's actually currently a stop against this right here, against the C-hub in here. And so we're going to grind that off to allow this to turn further. So with that done, we can now turn all the way until this actually hits. And the good thing that also happens is this crossbar here also happens to hit the pumpkin right about this same time. So we end up with noticeable more steering. Like that's actually starting to be almost decent normal steering now. So just like that, we have gained that much difference. Next on the agenda is swapping these servos out. Honestly, this is a fairly straightforward process. We're just gonna pull them out of the receiver, clip them out of the zip ties, unscrew these parts, put those new ones right back on. As is normally the case with any servo replacement, you do not want to go ahead and hook up the servo horn to the servo until you've had a chance to actually power it on. You want to make sure that it works, and you want to make sure that it's centered. Otherwise, you may end up damaging the servo literally the first time you put it on. It's probably not going to end up fully centered, just kind of like this one didn't right here. But you don't want to make sure that the power is on to that servo before you ever put the servo horn on to make sure that it is straight. Now that that is on, you're going to want to double check your steering endpoints because you're probably going to be able to set them a little bit differently now. One, the servo might have different throw, but then two, because of this trimming that we've done here, you can get a little extra steering throw out of it. Oh man, so much more power than that stock servo. This is going to be great. Check this rear steer out now. Boom! That is turning with authority right here. If you remember from previously, I just have it set on this switch here, and oh man! All right, new servos plus ability to turn. So let's try first just the front wheel steering. And that is how much different. Look at that. That's over a foot easily. We'll measure it here in just a second. Now the real moment of truth. Front and rear. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I mean, that's impressive. So to help show the scale here of what we're talking about, so stock front tires only 112 inches, goes down to around 96, 95 modified. Stock with four-wheel steering is all the way to 62, modified is 48. So we literally go from completely stock vehicle at 112, modified with four-wheel steering 48, like a third of the radius. That is crazy how good that is. Now, but let's be honest though, it's not actually that good in the world of crawlers. I think I measured a TRX4 and a Gen 8 with overdrive in the front axles, just front wheel steering at the 48 mark, or somewhere plus or minus right there. So overall, there is more that I could do to these axles in order to make it turn even better. And there's potential I could try to figure out how to put overdrive in it, all these kind of things. But honestly, the front axles of this Everest 10 are a very old design. And I'm really considering if it's just better overall to just swap out the whole axle assemblies, front and rear, in order to just truly improve the performance of the truck in total. But all of that conversation is for a different day, different video. For me right now, I am getting out of here. I need to go start editing this thing up. I'm going to ask you to come over here and check out some other videos we've already made, and we will see you in the next one. So thank you for all your support, and goodbye.